We the Hebrew Israelites, we come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this sinful kingdom, which is spiritually Sodom, Egypt, and Babylon, and the Roman Empire revived. To let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you are the chosen people of the Lord, Yahweh, and to let you know to turn to the Father before he destroys this sinful kingdom. So with that, we're going to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwa who are listening and learning.
This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Now this mark is talking about the RFID microchip for you out there that don't understand. Okay, that word mark, when you look it up, you go into Karagma. So he that causes all is the elites. Okay, you got the EU and NATO, which makes up the military and financial of the beast system. Then you got North America, which is the heart that sits on the scarlet colored beast. But he is the elites, the Edomites, the so-called white man. Okay, which is a group of them, which they are the antichrists. Yeah, let's get that.
So this is the Hebrew word for mark in Revelations 13 and 16, and it's G5480, Karagma, and it reads, a stamp and imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, the mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. The Strong's definition says a scratch or etching, a stamp or sculpted figure, graven mark. The Thayer's Greek lexicon reads a stamp and imprinted mark.
Imprinted, man. That's in the skin. It say a scratch. Okay? Imprinted, man. This is not spiritual. This is a physical mark that will be implanted in you, man. Bring that out, that Leviticus 19. When you go into the law made it clear not to put markings, okay? So when you go into the law, the brother finna read that, man. So this basically is a precept to Revelation 13 and 16.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you, for I am the Lord, Yahweh.
Read that one more time,
Leviticus 19, verse 28.
Done.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you, for I am the Lord Yahweh.
Now that's the point. The Lord say don't put any marks upon you. Okay? Now what? Let's get the etymology on the word mark in Leviticus 19 and 28.
Got it here.
Bring it out.
It's quai. It says incision.
Incision, man.
Imprintment.
Imprintment.
Tattoo. Mark.
Mark. Okay, incision, man. That's not spiritual, man. Okay? That ain't spiritual, man. That's physical. Okay, and you can use, hey, what you got something? Get 1 Timothy 6 and 10.
And if I could say this,
Bring it up.
If it was spiritual, why would it say buy or sell?
Right. I was gonna get to that.
Whether we believe in so-called Christianity, Islam, you can still go into Walgreens right now and get water.
Done.
They're not gonna tell you that you can't buy no water because you believe in modern day Christianity.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Bring it out. I like to use this precept right here because it also ties in to the RFID microchip, man. Bring it out, dog.
Is that 1 Timothy 6 and 10?
6 and 6. Yeah.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, starting at 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Nah, they say you ain't gonna be able to buy or sell. If they push the RFID microchip and you got tens of thousands of dollars in the bank, how you gonna get it? Go ahead, dog.
Which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith.
Right.
And pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
They did what?
Pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
You're piercing yourself through for the love of money, man. So you going to take the RFID microchip, man. That's another scripture showing you for the love of money, you're going to take the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, man. It is not spiritual, man. Get Isaiah 36 and 6. I gotta bring that out too. But this is serious, man. Okay, you got people all around the world, man, already got the RFID microchip, man. Okay, you got people starting their vehicles, they're unlocking their doors on their houses. Okay, they're scanning to get into their workplaces with the RFID microchip, man. This is not spiritual. It's physical, man. Bring that out, dog.
This is Isaiah chapter 36, starting at 6.
And this for you who trust in the government of North America. Go ahead.
Lo, thou, Salakia, lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed.
This is a broken government, man. It's broken down. Shalom. You see this every day, man, in the news, man. Okay, North America is being broken down, man. This is that government of being broken down. Go ahead, dog.
On Egypt.
On Egypt, which is this is spiritually Egypt, okay? North America is spiritual Egypt, meaning bondage. Go ahead.
Whereon, if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it.
And pierce it. That was the point. Okay, and everybody trusts in North America, man. Or whatever government, whatever country you live in, you trust in that system, man. And that same system is going to cause you to take the RFID microchip, man.
To back the brother up, right, you brought out what the beast was earlier, which is NATO and EU, right? NATO, like you said, is the military force behind the beast system, and EU is the financial part, right? Elder Apostle Dahar brought out, it's all European nations, man. It's all Edomite nations.
All Edomite nations.
All Edomite nations. The beast, it's obvious, man. I just wanted to bring that out right quick. One more scripture too.
All right.
And to back up what he's saying, what the brother's saying, a lot of people feel this mark of the beast might not fall upon them. It's just going to affect certain people. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
Right. I want to get you to get that too. Bring that out.
I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Now, for all the ones out there that is not covered under the wings of Yahweh while Yahweh Shah, you're going to take the RFID microchip. For all the elect, the Lord say he will keep you from the hour of temptation, man. Them that endure to the end. Okay? The saints shall be saved, man. If you trust in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, you ain't gonna take that because he's gonna keep you from the hour of temptation. You don't gotta worry about that, man. The other 2/3, man, they gonna worry about how to eat. It tell you in Isaiah 65 and 13 that my servants shall eat, but they shall be hungry. My servants shall drink, but they shall be thirsty. My servants shall rejoice, but they shall mourn, man. Bring that up.
I just want to close this out. Revelations 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
There you go, man. You ain't gonna have to worry about that, man. That's if you endure to the end. Stand diligent, okay? In this truth, man. Okay, you must study to show thyself approved, man. Isaiah 33 and 6 say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. Not gold and silver. Not the RFID microchip, man. Not your riches. Nothing, man. Okay? Wisdom and knowledge, man.
This is Matthew chapter 6. It's like,
I'm just close that real quick. Which shall come upon all the world.
Right.
To try them that dwell upon the earth.
Now hold on, read that one more time all together. All right?
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
It says Revelations 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth.
That was the point, man. Okay, you understand that you will. Hey, when you read Psalm 91, he tell you that you are going to be covered under the wings of Yahweh, man. Okay, through his son Yahushua.
This is Matthew chapter 6 and verse 31. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things.
Hey, man, the Lord know what you need before you need it, man. Go ahead,
But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
What's that, man? Okay? The wisdom and knowledge, man. Okay? The hour of temptation of being delivered by Yahweh Yahushua, man. Not worrying about nothing, man. The Lord say don't worry about tomorrow, what you should eat or what you should put on, man. That's vain thoughts, man. So all that, what you gonna do next week, and I'm going on vacation next month. Listen, man, the Lord can jack your ass up today, man. You won't even see none of that.
Not only that, if I can make a point.
Go ahead,
It says that don't take no thought of your food or your drink, for what all the Gentiles seek after these things. And the Lord is not a respecter of persons. So if you're of the nation of Israel, and that's what your mindset is, in the Lord's eyes, you're a Gentile, man.
Right.
Because the seed of Abraham in this last days, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, are those of faith.
Right.
They're not going to be compromised by the tangible rewards of this life, man. They're going to live and die about the name and the heritage of Yahweh Shah gave us, man.
Whole Proverbs 27:27.
Yeah, this is going into that hour of temptation.
Right.
You were basically saying how Yahweh Shah is going to keep us from that hour of temptation. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and 13.
Beautiful.
There hath no temptation taken you, but such as to common to man.
Man.
But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
Hey, that's beautiful, man.
But will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
What's the way, man? He will keep you from the hour of temptation, man. Go ahead,
that ye may be able to bear it.
You're gonna be able. Listen, man, the Lord ain't gonna put no more on you than you can handle, man. Okay? He know what you need before you need it, man. The Lord is gonna be that covering, man. Okay? The same way he got a hedge around these Edomites, okay? Because they are not in trouble as other men. That's the hedge that he gonna have around his elect in that day, man. You got a precept out, bring it up.
It's Isaiah 65, verse 13.
Beautiful.
Therefore saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Hey, you 2/3 gonna be ashamed, man. Okay? All you 2/3, man. Hey, 2/3 of Israel is 66.6. 2/3 of Israel is 66.6%. Okay? 40% of that gonna be women, man. More than less. Okay, because I tell you what's the ratio, it's 10-12 women to every man. So that lets you know most of the women gonna get destroyed, man. But 66.6%, my point is, that's the 666 that tell you in Revelation. Okay, that same 3-6, that's the same 3-6 that the number of the 2/3 of Israel that's gonna be destroyed, that's gonna take the RFD microchip.
And not only, if I can say this, not only are the 2/3 of our people are going to be ashamed, but the rest of these nations are going to be ashamed. Because they made lies their refuge.
Man.
And when judgment day comes upon all flesh, these non-believers are going to be met with the rude awakening. Because they thought life was all about Starbucks and Instagram. And they're going to realize that there's a judgment for how you carry yourself on the planet Earth, man. And for that, they're going to be ashamed, man.
You got the precept, bro. Oh, you got
I
something?
want to bring this out before the Spirit leaves.
Bring it out,
I want to
bring it
touch
out.
on it right quick. Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
That's beautiful you brought that out. I got a precept to go with that. That's beautiful.
It says, give us this day our daily bread,
Done.
and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Now it say deliver us from evil, man. In Ephesians chapter 6, he say you must put on the whole armor of God, man, to be able to stand against the evil days, man. Okay, the wiles of the devil, man. We supposed to be putting on the whole armor of Yahweh, man.
I can say this
Go
real
ahead,
quick.
dog.
And what is that what is the most important, one of the most important parts of that armor? The shield of faith.
Con.
Because you have to have faith that the Lord is going to protect you when all of these things come to pass, man. You got to have faith in the Lord to understand that when Wells Fargo turns your debit card into an incision, that you're not going to take it for the benefits of this world.
Con.
That requires faith.
Bring that out.
This is Psalms chapter 68, starting at 19.
That's it. 19. That's what I want.
Blessed.
What he just read. Precept to what he just read. Go ahead, dog.
Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, who daily loadeth us with benefits.
That's the point. Bruh said, hey, give us this day our daily bread, man. The Lord told you right here in Psalm 68:19 that he give you daily benefits, man. Not weekly, not monthly, not yearly. Daily benefits, man. You got the Proverbs 27:27? Cause I'm going into the point about this RFD microchip, man. Okay? Those who trust in Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, you ain't gonna have that problem, man. Go ahead, dog.
Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 27.
Come.
And thou shalt have goat's milk enough for thy food, and for the food of thy household,
Right.
and for the maintenance for thy maidens.
Nah, he said you should have enough food for your household and your maidens. When you read Isaiah 4:1, it say, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. Okay? That lets you know right there, he said your maidens should have enough food. You should have enough food for your maidens and your household, man.
Right.
Okay? That's the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Proverbs 30 and Jeremiah 30:7, man. Okay, the time of Jacob's trouble, when all hell break loose out here, listen, man. These times is upon us right now. So we out here to let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know to wake up and come out of the ways of this world, man. Stop following the lust, keeping up with the Joneses.
I got a free. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 2 and 27.
Come.
Oh, it's a whole lot of water.
I'll wait till you get there.
Oh no, man.
You got precepts?
Yeah, I was
Bring it out, huh? Bring it out.
We going too fast, y'all. Let's go, man.
Bring it out, cause we out here to edify. And we got a brother out here, a young brother in the faith. And it's beautiful that he out here, and we're supping together, man.
This is to the point about how the brother said you have to have faith. Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe?
Right.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai without effect?
No.
God forbid. Let Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Now you can get on while you at it. You can get Hebrews 11:1 and jump from 1 to verse 6. Bring that out, huh? You got to push up, huh? Bring that out.
So this is 2nd Esdras chapter 2, verse 27. And it reads, be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Hey, man, that go into Isaiah 65:13, man. Go ahead, huh?
The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord.
Hey, and them heathens, them 17 nations, man, that had us in captivity, they all shall be put to death, man, after slavery. Okay? The Edomites, they're going to be put to death after 1,000 years of slavery. But the other heathen nations, they're going to go back into their land, but they're going to pay us tributaries forever, man.
This is Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1.
Come.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for,
Come.
the evidence of things not seen.
The evidence of things not seen, man. That's faith, man. Go ahead, dog.
Verse 2.
No, go jump to verse 6.
Oh, verse 6.
Yeah.
Verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that...
Without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High Yahweh and His Son Yahushua, man. Go ahead, dog.
For he that cometh to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua must believe that he is.
What? Hold on. It said must believe that He is. That's the Most High Yahweh name right there. He is. Yahweh is. He is, man. He exists. That's the Lord name right there in the scriptures, man. Go ahead, dog.
And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
That diligently search these scriptures day in and day out, man. Okay? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Not gold and silver, man. Okay? Not you living in the house with a picket fence, man. Or having the baddest female on the block, man. That ain't gonna get you salvation.
Can I say this? That believing that he is the first level. Because what does he say after that? And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Proverbs chapter 9.
Most brothers acknowledge, even 2/3 of Jake acknowledge that there's a Lord, there's a power. Exactly. The devils know and they tremble.
Come. Oh yeah, that's in James, man. Yeah. Right.
But you have to actually believe that the Lord is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Come.
Meaning you can't be weary and faint-hearted when it comes to this truth. You got to come at the Lord like a man because he's expecting men. He's raising up men.
I got a quick preach. It's Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8.
Come.
For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is a gift of Yahweh.
Hey man, it tell you in 1 Timothy, man, that the gift that is in you, man, okay? This truth, hey, it's a blessing to have this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, man. This is the gift. And that grace period, man, the Lord is giving you a short period of time to get yourself together, man. Okay? Through faith, by grace are you saved, man. So you gotta, the same way you go and you got a light bill and you can't pay the whole light bill, man, and they give you a grace period to pay it off. This is the same way the Lord is giving you a grace period to come back and follow his law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability before he destroy your ass, man.
Good point. I wanna close this out. Well, like you said, when you go to pay your light bill, you go humbly. You know,
right.
You don't boast yourself.
Come.
The same thing. This is a gift. He didn't have to wake us up. Right?
Come.
I'm gonna close it out. This is I'm back in Ephesians 2:8. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of Yahweh. Verse 9. Not of works, lest any man should boast.
Right.
Because it's about being humble and meek.
Right.
Okay?
Come.
And if I can say this, it's a gift, right? When anybody gives you a gift, you do what? You show appreciation.
Come.
But the Lord is not, he's not with lip service, man. Lip service is not a valuable currency to the Lord. He said, these people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. The Lord ain't about lip service. So if he gave you a gift, you're supposed to do what with that gift? You're supposed to show appreciation, man. That's why it's a reasonable service to make your body a living sacrifice. Because you've already been given the gift of eternal life if you endure to the end. That's why in Revelations it tells you, let no man take your crown. Because the Lord has already given you a crown.
Come.
If ye endure to the end, you shall receive that crown, man. But the way you show appreciation is through actions, man, not through words, man.
Right.
When the Lord is putting punishments on the nations and the rest of these people, you're supposed to have faith that if you're doing what you're supposed to do, the Lord's going to meet you halfway with the reward you're trying to earn right now.
Come on, let me bring this out. I know you got something. This is our 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 13. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery.
That's the gift of faith.
Come, man.
Amongst other things, man. That's why it's beautiful. It's everything the Lord does is twofold.
Right.
The Lord gives us literal benefits, and then He gives us spiritual benefits.
Come.
This truth is a benefit, but then inside of this truth, the Lord has given you certain measurements inside of this truth. Every brother has a disposition and a certain spirit that's conducive to the whole camp. That's why every brother's spirit is helping build up the next brother. Because at the hour of temptation, you're walking that path between you and Yahawashi and Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and that's it, man. When you walk in that path of the hour of temptation, ain't gonna be no brothers there to say, look, keep going, Ak. Keep going, keep pushing, Ak. The kingdom is right there. That's what's happening right now. We're being built up right now for that moment. Because when that moment happens, it's going to be you at that free throw line with 0 seconds on the clock and you shooting those 2 free throws. Are you going to make it or miss it?
Beautiful. Friend, this is 1 Timothy 4:15. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that the profit may appear to all. You can bring that out what you got.
This goes to the point how the 2 brothers was talking about the truth that Yahweh Shem Yahushai gave you. And to act on what He gave you. It's Job chapter 38, verse 3.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Gird up,
that's beautiful.
Gird up now thy loins like a man.
Right.
For I will demand of thee, and answer thou me.
Right.
Hey, why say that? Because an effeminate is not going to go into the kingdom, man. You got to be a man.
And that means accountability. That means responsibility. That means taking ownership for your mistakes as well as your accomplishments, which are a gift from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The Lord is bringing us up to be held accountable. When you first come into the truth, you hear about the physical, the material benefits of the kingdom. But what the Lord is really doing for us right now is a blessing, because it's building character, man. And that's something that our nation lacks, man. It lacks character because we've been under a characterless nation, man. We've learned what life is under a nation that has no morals or integrity. That's why the Lord called them a den of vipers, man. A snake will eat itself and its children if it had to, man. So our nation don't know morals because they grew up under a nation that doesn't know morals. And the Lord is bringing us out of that spirit and putting us into a spirit where we're supposed to build character, where we're supposed to build integrity, where our mind is supposed to build things higher than women and food and cash. That's a low-life mentality, man.
Alright, you bring that out. I got to quick. Hold on, bring this out.
Well, I got real quick to back you up. Job 30:8.
Right.
They were children of fools. They were children of fools. Yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
And that's talking about you Edomites, man. You so-called white people, man. Okay? You Caucasians, man. You cave dwellers. You devils. You deceivers, man.
But you know what? The Lord gets on us harder than He gets on the Edomites, man. Because the Lord said, the ass knoweth its owner, and the ox his master's crib. So the Lord is basically saying the nation of Israel is dumber than two of the dumbest
two stubborn animals, man.
2 of the dumbest animals in the animal kingdom, man. But that's because the Lord loves our nation. And when you love something, you're willing to tell somebody about themselves, even if it hurts their feelings. Because you love them. You love them enough to want to see them actually be greater, man. That's why the Lord gave it to us so hard, man. That's why this kind of slavery was necessary for our nation, man. Because we were stubborn like the ass and the ox, man. And now the Lord is bringing us into a spiritual understanding. He's bringing us and uplifting us, and we're being held to a standard.
I don't got no cash tonight. I don't got no cash.
I got a quick.
Bring that out, Proverbs 9 and 10. Hold on. Let me bring this out real quick. Keep been holding it for me. Bring it out.
This is Proverbs chapter 9, starting at 10. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, is the beginning of wisdom.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. While we out here having a good time, we're supposed to be seeking out the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the Lord, because He finna destroy this place with missiles. Russia, Iran, North Korea is finna destroy North America with missiles, and our people's out here having a good time. It's time to wake up to Yahweh, the Most High, and seek His wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Bring that up.
Could you read that one more time, Mark?
The fear of the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, because now you understand that you have to be held accountable for what you out here doing in the light and in the dark. Right now, these people don't have any respect or morals or integrity because they don't feel like they're going to be held accountable to
What
anybody.
they call a cloak for your sin?
Yeah.
Right, come.
They don't feel like they're going to be held accountable for their actions.
Right.
So they live their life like that, man. And that's why that's the beginning of understanding. That's the beginning of wisdom. To know that you have to be held accountable for your actions. What you do in the light and what you do in the dark. What men see and what men don't see, man.
You got a precept out?
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 30.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Also,
Bring that out.
thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee
Yeah.
by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another,
Right.
every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh from the Lord Yahweh.
Right. And that's what, hold on, let me say this. And that's what Jake doing right now. You just see, you just had like 4 or 5 Jakes just come up here. Hey, but they playing games. Go ahead, dog.
And they come unto thee as the people cometh,
That's what we just seen just now. Go ahead.
and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
They will not do them, man.
For
Okay.
with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness.
Hey, man, the cares of this world, man.
You know
Lusting
what?
after the cares of this world, man.
It's like that.
You good, huh?
Because this is a gift. Not only is this a gift, but the fact that the Lord chose our nation out of 17 other nations, that's a gift.
Come on.
And when you do something for somebody and they don't appreciate it, what do? You take that away from them
Take it back.
until they appreciate it. What the Lord is saying on this side, man,
Oh,
only a
that's
third of our people are going to appreciate that gift and actually do something with it.
And that's beautiful. We were just talking about the 3 talents, man. Going into the 3 talents. The Lord took that from the one guy, from the guy he gave the 1 talent to, man. He took that back, man.
Calling the napkin nigger.
Right. Bring it out. You got precept up? Bring it out. Okay, hold on.
We got more.
Yeah, finish that. Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's 2 verses. 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song
Right.
of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument.
So it sound good, right? It's what we saying sound good. Oh, they could be telling the truth. They might be on point.
Actually,
Go ahead.
it's entertainment. Like you listen to the
Huh.
music, it entertains you. It's
Right,
just
man.
to pass the time. Go ahead.
And what brother is saying is it's also inspiration for Jake, right? Because Jake spends the majority of his life being told he's a criminal through the media, through social media, through the way people treat him in the world. So when he hears that he's a God and he's a chosen people, he loves that part.
Right.
But the part of him actually doing something to
Doing the
attain
work.
that,
Come.
he's stuck. He won't go that far.
Right.
He'll go far enough
Come on now.
to appreciate the value of being titled a God. But he won't actually get his hands dirty, man.
Right.
Which is why the Lord is not going to give 2/3 of our people the first dominion. Because they want the perks. They don't want the actual responsibility. When we come into this truth, we understand that there are physical blessings that come with the election. But as we grow in the truth, we understand that the spiritual responsibility that we're being given is far more precious than the rewards.
Oh.
The Lord is talking about giving us responsibility of the planet, of planets, if you have the spirit to receive it, of giving us the responsibility over nations, how millions of people receive water and food. Jake is afraid to be in charge of 5 people at his job.
Right.
Jake can hear about being an assistant manager and be like, nah, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm gonna chill on that, I'm gonna wait to the kingdom. When the Lord could have been on the low, giving you an opportunity to practice your kingdom mentality right now.
Done.
Because this game is gonna get restarted. But the Lord is training us right now to have accountability, responsibility, and those type of things should be applied to every aspect of our life. That's how you raise up to the element of a God.
Done.
Not just the perks, but the responsibilities, man. Coming into this and realizing that the blessing of responsibility is more precious than the rewards. The women, that's cool. The substance, that's cool. But in the kingdom, your mindset is going to be on a whole nother level. That's going to be small. That's like having more than 1 pair of shoes. Nobody marvels at that. That's like having a watch. That's like being able to walk. Nobody stopping somebody in the street like, hey man, walk like that again.
Right.
That's not important. That's the level that the Lord is raising us up to, man. And we're relearning integrity and morals because we grew up under a nation that didn't have that, man. So the Lord is establishing us to say, look, I don't care what this world got to offer. I'm willing to die for what the world sees as nothing. I'm willing to die about that. I believe in that enough. The majority of these men on this planet are effeminate, and they won't stand up for anything they believe in, man.
Nothing, man.
And here it is, the Lord is giving you a gift of what? Of standing for something that's actually true, man. You should appreciate that and show that with actions, man.
It says, back in Ecclesiastes, in Ezekiel, it says, for they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Right.
And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
So when all of these things come to pass, the world is going to know that a prophet was among them, man. That's why we're not moved by people's unbelief. The majority of these people don't believe in anything anyway. When you start asking these people what they actually believe in, they start crumbling like chocolate chip cookies, man. Because they don't know what they believe in. They believe in whatever CNN tell them to believe in.
Right.
Or whatever Fox News tell them to believe in. That's what they believe in, man.
Or whatever Roman Catholicism and Christianity tell them to believe in.
Roman Catholicism. Or somebody who done graduated from theology school.
Con.
They'll trust him with their soul. They'll trust him with their spirit. But here it is, the Lord is giving us the truth and the understanding, and he's told us what's going to happen before it actually happens.
Hey, if I could say this, the same one that tell you all the law is done away with, but come bring your tithes to the church. Tithes is part of the old law, so why is that not done away with?
But that also goes into being a hearer of the word, not just being a hearer, but a doer only. But being a doer also. Because if you hear the word, the Lord didn't die just for you to say, oh yeah, Aki died. You want to eat a pork chop sandwich?
Right.
Oh shit. Hey, the Lord died. You want to go commit adultery?
Right.
We can just.
The Lord died so you can commit adultery.
We can just say, hey, we can just say, God forgive us. The
The
only sin He won't forgive is blasphemy.
Lord loves you though, brother.
Yeah, we can.
That's wicked, man. Like that's why He said if you teach men to break the commandments.
Hey, you shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven.
Okay, the brother had a precept over here.
You got a read?
Yeah, he holding one.
Yeah, this was going to what the brother was saying earlier. Ecclesiastes verse 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Right.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
And that's why liberty and grace has given people a misconception of the power that we're serving. That liberty and that grace has given these people a liberty to actually do wickedness and destroy themselves. And in the aftermath, it's going to be seen and shown before all the nations that living this way doesn't give you anything positive. It's like a Pinocchio going into the play with the kids. Everybody having a good time until people start turning into donkeys.
Right.
It's all fun and games until that water that you thought was water was actually turning people into asses.
Right.
That's this world we living in right now. Everybody thinks that, oh man, this is how it is. This is the way to life. What does it say in Isaiah 29:16? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed. Oh man, this is an excellent way to live.
Right.
Everybody should do this. We should take this to Iraq and Iran. We should export democracy.
That's why He said this place is not your rest. It will surely destroy you.
And that was the warning that if you go in that theme park and you drink that water and eat that hot dog, you're going to. They don't tell you about the price.
Right.
You sitting at the restaurant and you ordering, they're like, hey, they not denying you anything because you don't even know what the price is. You don't know that you actually got to pay that bill, man. And the Lord has put us out here to warn our people to say, look, the second Exodus is beginning. Get right or get left.
Right.
Because this ain't the time where the Lord's going to have mercy on the entire nation like the first Exodus. Right. Which is why in Jeremiah 16, the Lord said, this Exodus shall top that one, man. And you gotta be able to earn the right to ride in the chariot, man. You gotta earn the right to be called up in the midst of all your enemies and let them all see you fly up. You gotta earn that, man. Come on.
Did not Yahweh have to earn his? Did He not have to take his?
Yeah.
Why you gonna slide? Carry your cross.
Right. Anything worth having is worth working for.
Exactly. And if that mentality lives in a corruptible world with corruptible crowns, how much more so shall it live in the incorruptible?
Right.
Chasing the incorruptible. You got basketball players who show more diligence to basketball than Israelites show to their own heritage. That's why Paul said that, man. If they do that for a corruptible crown, how much harder should you go, man?
For
You
the
should be going,
incorruptible, right.
you should be going exponentially harder than them people, man. Because their crown is temporary. How long can they actually play the game of basketball? 15, maybe 20 years. The Lord is talking about giving you a reward that lasts a lifetime, and then some.
Right.
Talking about a reward with no stop clock on it, man. That's why Jake is, and that's why Jake is gonna feel like shit in the kingdom. Because Jake is gonna have that mentality of realizing that he actually gave up his opportunity for first dominion for free before 11:30, for a quick fling with somebody's wife, for a little pork, for a little gumbo, for a couple of garlic crabs, to live like the heathens and die like them. That's why he's gonna have everlasting shame and contempt. When you go into everlasting, it just means for a long time, man.
Got that pre for y'all too.
That everlasting shame is like your friends fighting, and you was the one that was too scared to move, man.
Right.
In this time, the Lord is raising up His people, and you got 2/3 of our people who are too scared to stand right now, man. It's gonna be shame to them in the kingdom.
It's gonna be like World Star. You know how they put on World Star and everybody see the fight?
Right.
We're gonna be in the kingdom looking at you, not getting involved.
And there's shame and contempt when it comes to you not valuing your nation enough to stand up for what's correct and what's right. You got it.
This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to everlasting contempt.
Yeah, because the Lord chose His nation, and He put them here as a punishment. What do they call the penal system here? Rehabilitation, correctional facility.
Right.
This is a spiritual correctional facility for Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and they're not waking up to that fact. So when somebody's not willing to be rehabilitated, the Lord's going to put them down and bring them back in their right mind. The Lord has to hit the restart button. When you have a pet and the pet is too sick to be healed, what do? They put it to sleep.
Right.
So the Lord is going to put 2/3 of His nation to sleep and bring them back in their right mind. And point out this world and the way they carry themselves in this world, and they're going to be ashamed for that.
This Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because they has rejected knowledge. I will also reject them, reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou have forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children.
And that's what the Lord did. That's why the nation of Israel went into captivity, just like they did all throughout the Old Testament. They sinned against the Lord, they went into captivity, and they were saved. That was a continuing cycle. You have a question?
No, I'm listening. Okay. I'm sorry.
I got a quick pre to back them up. This is we're speaking about the captivities. This is Ezra chapter 9, starting at 13. And after all that is come upon us for our evil deeds, and for our great trespass, seeing that thou, our power, Yahweh, has punished us less than our iniquities deserve.
Because really for our iniquities, the nation of Israel doesn't even deserve the election. But because the Lord made an oath and swore by Himself through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that He was going to make good on that promise, He has given us less affliction than we actually deserve, man. You're talking about all throughout the Old Testament, you got Israelites who were worshiping the Lord in the daytime and sacrificing their children at night.
Right, man.
I think that's so good. I think that's so good.
What is?
What you're saying.
Well, it's the truth.
Yeah, but like, why is it like the white man's? I don't understand that.
Well, to understand that, first, it's the so-called white man, because the Lord deals with nations.
Okay.
So this is the nation of Israel. This is the nation of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These are the other nations in the scriptures.
Okay.
Okay? According to their actions, according to how they carry themselves, this is where they are and what they're called now. Indians, Elamites. Okay.
Chinese, yeah.
Now, Let's get out Revelations 13 and 9 and 10. Now the reason this sign is here is because the Lord judges nations. The reason Negroes went into captivity and Latinos and Native Americans went under oppression and captivity is because of their own actions.
Yes.
What they did to the Lord.
Okay.
All throughout the Old Testament, whenever they disobeyed, they went into what? Captivity. That's what Egypt was all about.
Yes.
It was about bondage.
I remember that, yes.
So this is no different. The Lord is punishing his people, but just like Egypt and all the other captivities, once he delivers his people, he always returns the favor.
Okay.
So what has been sown in the earth is going to be reaped. And that's what this is about. All actions have an opposite and equal reaction.
Okay.
Which is what you sow, you reap.
Yes.
So this is just saying that. Let's get it.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
And according to the scriptures, what has been sown in the earth is going to be reaped.
Yeah.
Let's get out Isaiah 14 and 21.
And he said, here is the patience and the faith of the saints. When you go to Psalm 50, the saints are the Israelites.
So the Lord is telling the nation of Israel
Turn around.
that if they come back to their heritage, because 2/3 of this nation is going to be destroyed as well on this side.
Because they won't stop clubbing, partying,